You are Black in the Green Room with me, your host, Keith Underwood. And this is your spot for real talk about entertainment with entertainers, creatives, and showbiz professionals. We're honored to welcome to the brilliant minds and talent behind Highly Favored on Impact Network, a new faith-based dramedy that's capturing hearts and shifting culture with a mix of humor, healing, and hope. The series tells authentic stories rooted in real-life struggles and spiritual triumph. Joining us are none other than legendary producer, writer, and showrunner Bentley Kyle Evans, known for bringing us Black TV classics like Martin.
Okay.
Come on now, clap it up. TV classics like Martin and The Jamie Foxx Show, the incomparable comedian and actor Michael Colyar, whose wit and wisdom have lit up stages and
Thank you very much.
decades, and the iconic KiKi Shepard, beloved for her elegance, advocacy, and long-running role as co-host of Showtime at the Apollo. And of course, we've also got in the room Chico Benymon, actor extraordinaire. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the room. Yes, how you guys doing today? You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Let's start this thing off real simple. For those new to Highly Favored, how would you describe the show in just one sentence? Anybody can grab that.
It's blessed and highly favored.
In one sentence, baby. That's why you the producer. That was perfect.
It's blessed and highly favored. Yes.
Yeah, what makes it blessed and highly favored?
Well, you can start at the top. You can start with Bentley at the top, writing, directing, producing. You got a showrunner, a person that understands and knows how to make a show great. So we start from the top. That's with Bentley. And then the cast is outstanding. The cast is just really amazing. And then all of the people that went into making this together. I have to give a major shout out to our casting director, Phaedra Harris, who put all of these people together. She has a wonderful idea, wonderful sense of what will work. And combined with she and Bentley together, they put together a phenomenal cast. So let's just say, started from the top with Bentley, coming on down to the cast, coming on down to everybody that's surrounded, that made this production happen. Sharon, everybody in the offices, everybody that does all of the corporate stuff to make the entertainment work. Because it's called show business.
Yes, that's right.
The show was going, and then the business was going. So now we got a hit.
Yeah, nice.
I thought when you said starting at the top, you were going to start with me. I don't know what the hell is going on this interview. Go ahead.
The top of the cast, Michael.
All right.
I've never been number one on the call sheet. It's a new show called Number One on the Call Sheet. Y'all need to see it. It's off the chain.
Yes, it is. It's a great piece. Yes, it is.
Yeah. No, it is. I had the pleasure of interviewing Reggie Hudlin last week, and we talked about it. So yeah, I'm glad you guys shouted it out. But back to highly favored. Bentley, do you feel highly favored with the staff and the crew that you were able to, and the actors that you were able to put together for this project?
I do indeed. I mean, look, I've been working with comedy greatness for a very, very long time. So I know it when I see it. I feel it. I can taste it. I know what it is. And this time it was an opportunity to build a great show around the comic genius of Michael Colyar. And that's where it started. And then from there, we had to build what we call a family-friendly situation comedy for all generations to watch. It's something that a family can sit down together and watch it and not feel any kind of way other than goodness. We didn't want to make it into a show that's just a preachy show. Nothing wrong with that. But it's just a family show that shows the dynamics of family. The church is just hanging in the background as the occupation that Michael's character runs. So it's a really feel-good cast, good feel-good comedy, and we're hoping that this thing takes off like gangbusters and we can go in there and do some more.
Yeah, you know what I love about what you just said is the fact that I was raised in the church, and I know that people are still human, whether they're in those four walls or they're outside of them. And so you just given some real perspective and insight into what those people are really like. No filters.
You were talking about Chico Benymon when you said that, right? When people just people.
What do you say? What do you say?
I was talking about you and folks are just regular folks. Let me tell you, I'm excited about it because, like Bentley said, it is all generational. Anybody, no matter what age, can walk into the room and sit down and watch this show and love it. And you can come in any part of the show. You don't have to see it at the beginning. You can walk in on any part of the show and you're going to laugh until the very end. And it always carries a message of love and family. And our main message is that everything is about family and God. Once you get family and God down, everything else takes care of itself. And it's something that the audiences are sorely needing. They don't. There's no shows out there that I can even think of where a whole family can gather and all of them will be interested. You know what I'm saying? You can gather the whole family, but it's not for everybody. This show is for everybody. If you can speak English and you know the Lord, or even if you've ever had an experience with spirituality in any kind of way, this show gonna knock you out because it gets right down to it. It tells the truth and it's funny, like you said, Bentley, without preaching to you. Because don't nobody want to preach to you right now. There's so much terrible stuff going on. Y'all gave the keys to a clown, Trump, and now y'all mad because we got a circus. Everybody's upset. Food so high, it's cheaper to eat the money. I mean, it's nothing you can do without stressing. And now you can sit down for just 30 minutes and let that go. Sit down and forget all your pains, all your struggles, and just enjoy and learn and lift. I love the show.
Dropping, I love color hoodies, fly like soundtracks, 8 tracks, taking it back to LPs, that's a flashback. I lay down fashion on these streets like Beverly Hills asphalt. Got everyone driving clean, they can't help but feel the vibes. It's a full assault. I'm from the East Coast where the rap game is gritty, spitting lyrics so raw they hit hard like the streets.
Everybody, welcome Black.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So Bentley, as the creator and executive producer, what inspired Highly Favored and how does it differ from the iconic sitcoms that you've done in the past?
Well, this is the first time that I've done anything that was in the faith-based arena. I think what inspired it was, growing up on shows like A-Man, and then watching shows that came after that, like Good News. I felt like both of those shows kind of gave an in-depth look at what was happening on the inside of the church, and I felt like we didn't get enough of that. So I felt like we needed to do something like that for the new generation, so that they would have their Amen and shows like that. So I think that's what the inspiration was. Like, hey, you know what? One of the wonderful sayings out there on the street was when you ask somebody how they're doing and they say, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. Well, I felt like that's a wonderful name for the show and it gets the attention of people. And truly, I wanted to do a show that was highly favored. So that's what the inspiration was behind putting the piece together. And I felt like, Michael with his strong voice, he's got that macho raspiness in his voice. And I said, that's a preacher's voice right there, if I ever seen one. So literally, there was no two ways about it. He had to be the guy. When they said he wasn't available, I said, we'll wait. We got to wait till he's available.
You did do that. That meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, Chico,
Wow.
with everything that you've done in your career, all types of genres, all types of comedy, is this your first time in the faith-based space?
No, I did a movie last 2 years ago called The Perfect Mate with Lawrence I always get his last name wrong. Lawrence Jacob Williams, Jack A, and I played
Lawrence Hilton Jacobs?
Am I saying it right?
I
Cooley
always get it wrong too. It is
No,
Lawrence
Jack-
Hilton Jacobs. Lawrence
Yeah.
Hilton.
Even
Lawrence
if you get all
Hilton
three of the
Jacobs.
words, getting them in the right order. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
so go ahead.
So
Lawrence
we
Hilton
did a
Jacobs,
movie
yeah.
called The Perfect Mate, and I played I was an actor who got hired to play a fiance because the lead girl fiance got caught. She caught him cheating on him, so she hired me to play him, but she didn't tell me that he was a preacher. So when I get there, Lawrence Jacobs is the father. He's like the Creflo Dollar of the South. And when he meets me, he's like, oh, so this is the pastor. And I'm like, who the pastor? I'm the pastor. So all these things pop up. And it was a faith-based movie and it did really well. We shot in Louisiana and I produced on it, and it was fun. It was fun. So like, but my mom is a prophet, so I'm a preacher's kid. So I was raised in the church. When Bentley came to me with this role, he said, "Chico, I got a role that's you," and I was like, "Oh, then I'm gonna kill it." And he was like, "No, no, 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 no. I mean, no, it's like literally you." I said,
Right.
he said, because you played in the church, because I've been playing the piano since I was 5. I was
Mm.
running choirs when I was 12. And, you know, when he came to me with this, I was like, yo, I did exactly the same thing. I was running the church choirs, and then I got into R&B music, and I left the church. And, you know, my mom, she put me on the piano because she wanted me to be the church organist. And, you know, I got into the whole R&B world, left, and, you know, never came back. And then, you know, I've come back and forth, like when I go to New York to see my family, you know, I may go into the church, jump on the organ, whatever the case. But it wasn't too far from who I was growing up. So it just felt natural to me.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Mama, I didn't know all that, Chico. See there?
KiKi, and the crazy thing with KiKi, how we're connected, I performed on the Apollo 3 times and won. I was
Okay.
Yeah, I won on the Apollo 3 times. I was in a group called Trey Knox, and we were signed to
Ah,
Will Smith. And before we met Will, we went on the Apollo. But when KiKi was on it, they did like Wednesday nights, right, KiKi? Like where
no,
they
we no the
actually
TV
filmed
show
it.
was no, the TV show was on the Wednesday night was different than the actual TV show. That
No,
was the
that's what I'm
regular
saying.
amateur night.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but the
So
TV show
we had
was
to sign contracts
yeah.
because before you go on television, and my manager didn't like the contract, so I never got the opportunity to do the
Oh,
television version with KiKi, but I always saw KiKi when we would be there working with the band.
Yeah, nice, man. Nice.
And
Michael, the legendary Michael Collier.
That's kind.
Yes. You've had such a dynamic career in comedy and acting. What drew you to this project, and what does your character allow you to explore maybe that you haven't before?
There are so many things that draw me to this project. First, the very fact that Bentley Evans said he had something for me. He had brought me in for another one of his shows a few weeks earlier called
Mind your
what
business.
Mind Your Business.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked in, the first thing he said to me is, Michael, I think I got something for you. Now, of course, I didn't pay him no attention. You know, people always tell you that stuff in Hollywood. Oh man, I'm gonna get with you. So I just took it with a grain of salt and kept it moving. And to get the call that I had that part and was able to remember the brother said he really had that for me. That in itself was exciting before I even knew what was going on. And then secondly, to work with Kyle Bentley Evans, brother, Bentley Kyle Evans, whatever way you do your 3 days. This dude, man, you want to talk about, we can't even talk about legends unless we talk about him. This dude used to come and see me on Venice Beach when he was a kid talking about getting in the business.
That's
Then I
right.
looked up and saw him do parts on Martin as an actor, as a comedic actor. Then next thing I know, he was
soldier.
writing. Then the next thing I know, he's producing. Then the next thing I know, he's executive producing. Then he moves on to help co-create and executive produce Jamie Foxx show.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these are iconic classic shows. And for that guy to create a part just for me, dude, I was already in there. I didn't care what the part was, what we was doing. I was in there like swimwear. But then you get there and you see the script. The scripts are so good. The words are so good. It's so much fun. You have so much to work with. So I was, and a storyline. The storyline to be able to talk about family and God and to talk about the church and how you could deal with it, you know, because I got 2 sons. One wants to take it over because he think I'm old and over the hill and it's time to come on with new ways. And one just want to go on about his business, don't have nothing to do with it, but keep me living in my house, let you play that keyboard. So the thing is, you got real family, you have real stories without preaching to people, without beating people up, and real fun. It's so many things that draws me to it. I can't wait till we do the next 6 episodes.
Nice, nice. The lovely KiKi Shepard. What's up,
Ooh,
KiKi?
we.
Hey.
So
Thank
you're a legend in hosting and advocacy. How did stepping into this acting role challenge or excite you? And how does your presence on the show reflect the kind of legacy that you want to leave?
I was very excited when Bentley and Phaedra said, "Look, we got something new." I was very excited, especially to be working with Michael, to be playing Michael's wife, to be the first lady of the church. You know, Michael said he didn't know I could act, but I've been doing quite a bit of acting for the past 15 years, just not in great focus of a lot of people. But I knew that I could do this. I knew that I could do this. And then when I saw the script, I said, oh, yes, I know I could do this. With my son, Chico, and my son didn't know Anthony at all. Didn't know the little girl that was going to be the granddaughter, but I understood LaVesta well. I understood exactly who LaVesta Crawley was supposed to be. She's supposed to be the best support system to her husband, Michael Crawley. She's supposed to be the best mother to her 2 sons, the best grandmother to her grandbaby, but she's also supposed to be the first lady of the church. And that was one of the things that really attracted me greatly, to be the first lady of a church. To play that kind of a role was exciting, challenging, fun, because you cannot help but have a good time when you got Melanie Camacho next to you. You understand what I'm saying? Talking trash. And Melanie and I are old friends from way back in Showtime at the Apollo days. Great friends. Rodney Perry. It was just such a wonderful combination of people in the cast that made me say, okay, I can do this and I can have a great time doing it. So it was a challenge, but it was a welcome challenge. I worked with Bentley on Mind Your Business. You know, I knew he knew what I could do, and I was really, really, really anxious for him to pull even more out of me, because I've not been ever afraid of acting. I just never really had all the opportunities, because people knew me from Showtime at the Apollo. They knew me as a host. They knew me as a girl that wore pretty dresses. But I had been working on my craft all these years. So, you know, they say, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
That's right.
I didn't think you could act. And I tell you what,
Why you didn't think I could act, Michael?
That's right. And when I found out you was my wife, I said, hell no. Is she sleeping with Bentley? What the hell is going on?
Why would you think I could not act? Because you had
blew my
not seen me
socks
do
off.
anything?
Pardon
Thank you,
me?
babe.
I've
You
never
thought
seen you
had not
act in
seen
anything, and you came and you did your damn thing. Excuse me, you did the damn thing. You really did it. I mean, I even watched your mind work. I watched how you get to certain scenes and said, well, that doesn't really make sense to do it that way. Should we try it this way? And I'm going, damn, she's acting like an actress. No, you killed it, girl. I was honored to play your husband. It was really, really good. And I mean, the way we played back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
I really like when you try to take over the church, decide you're going to be doing sermons and stuff. I was like, oh, this is really good. Pushing each other back and forth. That's the joy of acting. It was a dance. And thank you for coming with it.
You're very welcome. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's what I mean about Bentley putting together people that could really play off of each other, you know?
But did we even need Chico? They wouldn't even need Chico Benymon. Why was he?
We had to have.
Well, I gotta. Of course you need me, because
he's my child.
Hey,
he's my child.
I gotta show you how to handle that first on the call sheet.
Hey,
you need somebody with experience.
And wait a minute, you can't be a number one if there's not a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
you got that right.
That's one thing I hope everybody understands, that this is an ensemble piece.
Yes.
Michael is supported all the way around.
Feel the lead. I don't give a damn.
All of us are all supported. It is an ensemble piece. Yes, but you know, in any church, the pastor.
Ooh, you got some trouble.
The pastor, because he's got backup. Ain't no man no good without the woman next to him, not behind it.
That's right.
Okay, let's be clear. And that's one of the things that the show does deal with, is how Michael, the pastor and the first lady, come together to understand and know that he is still the head rooster in this barn. He can still do everything, no matter what our sons say they want to do. I am Michael's ride or die. I am the pastor's ride or die. That is my role as his wife and as the mother of his children and the first lady of the church, is to make sure that everybody understands that this is the man.
Come on, KiKi Shepard, embracing that character, making it real. Come on,
and it's so you know, when you think about it, it is so real. All of us, like Chico said, all of us have church experiences growing up. I grew up in Texas, honey child, and I remember a lot of dirt in the church, First Baptist Church. Lots of it. But I also remember what my mom and dad would be saying in the house about what you have to do and what has to happen, because church is a business. Let's remember that. Church is a business. And so you have to have the ability to deliver the word, which Michael is expert at, delivering the word. But you also have to keep the business together. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. And I jumped into the role of being his wife and the mother of his kids and the grandmother. But the first lady was very important to me because, you know, these little whippersnappers be coming up thinking they can run everything and say something to me. I am the first lady. Like I told her, you ain't a crawler yet. Watch yourself. You ain't a crawler yet.
I
That's
haven't
our first
seen this
lady.
show. I haven't seen this show, but I already know the show is good because this stuff that we are doing right here, this is what we did for the whole show. We
Yeah.
had
All the time.
fun. We played with each other. We bounced
We
off
played.
each other. Nobody was uptight. Nobody was arrogant. Nobody was walking around like they was all that. Everybody had fun and everybody helped everybody make it work. It's
Yes.
such a rich stories. The story each week. And when you get to the one with the brother in the wheelchair, if you don't get an award for that, there's something very wrong with Hollywood.
That's
When
right.
that boy stood up in that chair, I cried. Now, I ain't gonna say no more than that. I ain't gonna say, go ahead.
And another good one is when Chico finds out that the woman that his brother is dating, he got history with. Oh my God. It was great. It was just one that so
Okay,
this
wait,
goes back. This goes back to Bentley and understanding and knowing what makes funny. What makes funny.
That's
and Bentley
true.
is a
Genius.
genius. So we are
Thank
blessed
you.
to
Genius.
have him at the head.
You know what he doing.
You know,
For
Yes.
real.
Dropping, I love color hoodies, fly like soundtracks, 8 tracks, taking it back to LPs, that's a flashback. I lay down fashion on these streets like Beverly Hill asphalt. Got everyone driving clean, they can't help but feel the vibes. It's a full of soul. I'm from the East Coast where the rap game is gritty, spitting lyrics so raw they hit hard like the streets.
Yeah.
You.
You know, that first episode when we had the gospel strippers is probably one of the best. Now, understand the gospel strippers only strip down to the fig leaves and they only accept sides, but they were fabulous. You have to watch the episode to
Well,
see it.
wait
So
a
I
minute,
can't.
Michael. A fig leaf, it shows a whole lot more than a G string. So you're
It
gonna have
was a
to.
big fig leaf, though. I don't know what they fertilized them trees with. That leaf was huge.
Oh my Lord.
No, it's an honor to be on a show like this, where everything comes together and works, where everything flows, and you don't have to work. All you have to do is play. And if we could play as artists, then we get to it. And like Bentley was saying, if God's not in it, it doesn't mean anything. For me, if with God, you can do anything and everything. Everything. And without God, you bumbling around trying to figure it out. So imagine our show is faith-based, but because our leader is good old God, G-O-D. So it made it really easy to have God and Bentley coordinating together. Oh, man, that's a team for your Patukas.
Patukas.
I ain't cussing on it. This is faith-based, but I had some words I want to say. Go ahead.
but you know, Keith, I did a show on Broadway called Your Arms Too Short to Box with God.
Wow.
I did it first with Jennifer Holliday. Then the second time around, I did it with Patti LaBelle as the star. And the third time around, I did it with Patti LaBelle and Al Green. I went to church 8 shows a week. You hear me? And that show is what really awakened the true essence and belief in the spiritual life that I always knew I had. But doing that show just reinforced everything so much to me that when it came to being in the church, that's what I mean. I wasn't scared because I was already prepared from having done Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. 5 years. That was a 5-year run of those 3 different people on Broadway 3 different times. The first act was the First Testament. What am I trying to say? The first book. Oh God, I'm not.
Come on, you could do it. Come on.
It's right there.
From the birth of Jesus Christ to the crucifixion. To he was
to crucifixion.
That to crucifixion. Thank you so much. My words are getting jumbled. That was the first act. The second act was nothing but praise and worship. Praise and worship with Patti LaBelle, with Jennifer Holliday, with Al Green. Al Green opened the second half of the show, coming down the aisle, just like Michael in the robe, preaching and hollering, shouting. The women were throwing their panties and stuff at the man in the audience.
Oh, my Lord.
Show. This is the truth, y'all. So I was saying all that to say that having done that show also gave me ammunition, also gave me the understanding really of what the church is about from the perspective of a lot of people, because the show was cast with a lot of people from the church world. singers and actors from the church world. And then there were those of us that were just Broadway people. But we got the true essence of what praise and worship was about. So coming in to do this show with Michael understanding and knowing what he's doing, with Chico understanding and knowing how he's going to secular music, with his son, with Anthony, wanting to make the church be much more modern and take his the old ways that his dad's away, with the girlfriends that were coming in with the sons, all that, and then the mother that I'm thinking she don't like me, she's thinking I don't like her. BB Drake was a joy.
Phenomenal. Wonderful.
Joy to work with. She is a pistol. You hear me? She's a whippersnapper. But in real life, she is just the sweetest, most wonderful person. But you cross her when she's acting, she knows just how to just pull you in, just like that. It's a little scene where she's doing something and I go for her, and Michael grabs me and pulls me away. That I think was really, really funny. That was just what we felt. That was just something that happened, you know, and then we embellished upon it. So all of our experiences, each one of us has had experiences that we are bringing, in my opinion, we're bringing to this piece that enhances and builds upon what Bentley gives us on the paper. So I guess what you're saying, like you said, Bentley, you know, if you cast it with talented people, you just sit back and let them bring what they know to the piece, and then just own it to what it really needs to be. We are really blessed and highly favored to be a part of this project in so many ways, and I can't say thank you enough.
I love it.
And I want you to know, I believe in the project, you know, because I was only scheduled for 4 days. I stayed an extra day, and it wasn't even about not getting no money for it. It was because I had another gig I was supposed to be at. I canceled that because this show, you could tell by the second day, I could tell by the first day that this show is important. This show is going to be something because of the writing and the fun, the camaraderie, the way we was doing it. It wasn't something, this ain't something that's just a regular show. There's something special about it. And I need to be in the midst of that specialness, man. I'm so honored that you allowed me to be part of this, man. This is great stuff.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm tickled pink that I got to finally work with Chico Benymon.
Yes,
I've followed this young man for years. He is.
I love you playing my mama.
And I love being your mama, baby.
He ain't old enough to be your mama.
I am old enough to be his mama. I can act like I'm old enough to be his mama. No, I'm not old enough to be his. No, I'm not. You know what? That's the joy of TV. You know, you can just put that reality aside and go head on with the fantasy. As long as we act it and people believe it, then it is.
Yes. Check this. What's so cool about this is this company shows you how to get to the show. Nobody shows you how to get to the show. If the show is online or something, you got to figure it out. With us, all you have to do is go to watchimpact.com. It opens up and directs you how to get to it. You don't do nothing but put your zip code in, your area code in, your zip code in, and then it'll tell you exactly what channel it is in your neighborhood. Oh, that's fly to me. I ain't never seen nobody do that before.
All right. Y'all, like, I gotta take a quick commercial break, but when we come
KiKi
back,
don't care about your commercial break. KiKi talking. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When we come back in the green room.
Dropping our love color hoodies, fly like soundtracks, 8 tracks, taking it back to LPs, that's a flashback. I lay down fashion on these streets like Beverly Hill asphalt. Got everyone driving clean, they can't help but feel the vibes. It's a full of soul. I'm from the East Coast where the rap game is gritty, spitting lyrics so raw they hit hard like the streets.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back.
We're happy to be here.
Thank you. And I'm having a good time with y'all. Bentley Kyle Evans, you built entire universes for Black storytelling. What does faith-based storytelling mean to you now? And what doors do you hope this opens in Hollywood and beyond?
I mean, let's just keep it real. It doesn't happen unless God is in it. Let's just go right to the top.
Come on.
Right.
It doesn't happen unless God is controlling it. And for us to all come together and be on one accord, and we laughed. And as you can see from our playful banter, what it was like on the set. I mean, we were clowning, but then when it came time to get it done, everybody focused, got into their character, and we knocked it down. I'm hoping that it opens up the opportunity, of course, to go from 6 episodes to 100 episodes and beyond, and just to continue to be able to tell our stories our way, to keep the Black initiative alive. And that's really my focus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your
See,
directorial style, I'm sorry,
no,
is
no,
what
go ahead.
allowed us to really soar. Is because he was not all over us about it. He let us know at our parties and gave it to us and got out of our way. And if we thought something that was funny, he was always open to try it. If we tried it, it was funny, it got to stay in. It's not like, no, stick with the script, do it like that. He wasn't rigid. He gave us enough room to really explore and unfold into our character. And so
Yes,
that's what made it so excellent and so much
yes,
fun, you
yes,
Mm-hmm.
know.
yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Bentley,
He really did.
he respects our resumes, so to speak.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's funny because I'm always like, he's the captain of the ship, so I'm always going up to him like, Bentley, can I do this? Can I? He's like, yo, Chico, do you like?
Mhm.
You know what you're doing. You've been doing this. Do you? I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to.
Mhm.
He's like, Cheek, if we don't like it, we go back to the original. But just do you, man. I trust you.
Love that.
He's
Love
like
You
that.
that
know,
with
that's exactly what
everybody.
he said. Yes, said to
He
me. He
lets
said,
he
"Kiki,
lets us
if I
breathe.
don't like it, I'm sorry, Chico. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
step
no,
on
you
you.
good, babe. Go ahead. I was done.
I'm just so excited to support what you said. That's exactly what Bentley said. I would say, well, Bentley, how did this? And he said, did I say anything about it? I said, no. He said, well, if I don't say nothing, keep on going. Do you, be you. We want the real you. And
Mhm.
that was one of the things that made me feel comfortable enough to try a lot of different things, to just be secure in that I am giving the best that I can give in combination with my fellow actors. Messing with Michael up on the stage, up in the pulpit, was just
Mhm.
like he said, we've known each other 145 years. So it was a natural thing, just challenge what. And it worked. And Bentley was very much, if it don't work, I tell you. But if I don't say nothing, if you don't hear me say anything, keep on going.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Create.
on sets. I've been on sets with where other people were at the helm, and I watched how they did things. And sometimes it was too stringent. They wouldn't
Mhm.
allow the actors to be all that they could be. And I'm going, well, that's a waste of their talent. If I'm
Yep.
hiring great people and putting them in positions, it means that I trust their ability to
Yeah,
be able to deliver.
yeah.
And listen, as far as comedians go, like with Michael, he's a comedian. So I can't tell him
Mhm.
what's funny, but I can judge it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Phil Jackson in a sense. I ain't
Mhm.
shooting the basketball, but I know when it's a good play, and I know
Yeah.
how to
Mhm.
assemble a good team to win a championship.
Hmm.
Hey,
Hey.
championship.
And Rodney ain't here, but Rodney Perry is
Oh,
wonderful. He's so good in this part. He's so good to play off of.
yes.
He's got the chops. I mean, BB Drake as my mama, BB
Oh my
Drake.
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
Yeah.
her
hysterical!
fussing with
I
you
love her.
every time y'all fuss. That
Yes.
was heaven on earth, baby.
But the thing with you and Dorian Wilson, Michael, that whole show
Mhm.
with you and Dorian Wilson.
Dorian's
Oh,
brilliant.
Dorian.
Oh my
Dorian.
God. I was just standing on the side, just
Yeah.
cracking up, having to cover my mouth to not interrupt the shoot. Just wonderful work. Melanie Camacho, Rodney Perry. We have a lot of our supporting cast.
Melanie was
We
so
got the
good.
three ladies.
Mhm.
It's just a well-rounded cast, well-written show, has all the elements, makeup, hair and makeup, wardrobe.
Mhm.
We looked and felt like we were $1 million, and we
Mm.
therefore were free to go out and do our best.
That was
Yeah.
my
That's
first
right.
time. That was my first time working with Anthony Goolsby too. Like
Oh.
Anthony, he really brought it, man. Like he was clutch. I was giving him that nickname. I was like, yo, you clutch, man, because I never worked with him before. And he was amazing, man.
He
Like,
brought it like you would not
yeah.
believe. I can't wait to work on another project with him. That guy was so good. The choices, the acting choices that he made. I was like,
Yep.
whoa, how did he come up with that? And I'm thinking about the one scene where he's hiding behind the couch and then he comes out and rolls. Why is he rolling around on the couch like
Uh-huh.
he's supposed to be hiding from us? It was just so good. It's so good. It's so
There
good.
was so
Yeah.
much physical comedy on set. Like
Mhm.
that was another thing. Like Bentley, he's so great with letting us use our bodies to sell the funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
Look.
that goes back, Keith. That goes back to working with Martin Lawrence on the Martin Show. I got a chance to witness a comedy genius, and I don't even know if Martin knew he was a comedy genius at the time. but to watch his physical prowess, I mean, it gets no better. And then watching a cast like that sing together. So I'm always trying to recreate that experience every time I do a show. So shouts out to Martin for that too.
And
Yeah.
I hate to use the word so much as genius, but Martin is a genius. When I
Yeah.
would come on that set, I would watch Martin, and Martin would do a scene, and then he'd go. He'd go back to his dressing room and watch the next scene. And then he'll come down and walk up to one actor and whisper in his ear about a change. And then that actor would go back and do that stuff. I almost said the SHIT. He did it. He did it 1,000 times better because of the eye. And that's what you have. That's what you have, Bentley Evans. You have the eye. You really know what it's supposed to look like as comedy. And I don't see why we acting like we surprised. You've been doing this for 30 years, brother. Putting
Yes, sir.
together these shows, working with these casts, knowing what artists work good with which artists, what scenes work. So it probably was really easier than I know, but I know you had fun the whole time. You walked around and you smiled and I mean, it was no point where you looked uptight. There was no point where you looked like, this ain't working. And you was just flowing. And that gave us permission to flow too, brother. Yeah, it was good. It's good stuff.
Bentley, what does it feel like to hear all of this praise? And yes, I said praise. All of this praise from your peers. What does this feel like?
Hey, listen, I'll take the flowers. I don't want them when I'm gone. I'll take them down. It feels good though, to be honest with you. I feel like, when you hear that kind of stuff, it makes you feel like, okay, your work wasn't done in vain. If I didn't learn anything after all those years of putting things together, I learned how to work with actors and how to get the best out of them and how
Yeah.
to allow them to be free. So it makes me feel really good to be recognized for that, because a lot of times we're the behind the scenes guys, so we go as the unsung heroes, but it feels good when somebody can say, hey man, great job, and we see you. So it feels really good.
Nice.
And your team, sir. And your team, all the way down to your wife, who's running around posting up pictures and carrying things. I mean, she's carrying things, And that's what I found out with my wife. When you're in a relationship, you either have a teammate or an opponent. And partner, you have a teammate. And all your staff, everybody, that I'm hiring, I swear, I'm going to get a show and hire that wardrobe girl. The girl who had the baby, whose mama was always there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She is heaven, but y'all should have gave me credit. Mike Ty wardrobe came from Mike Ty. But if we go back, I got to get my own wardrobe credit because I wore some fly stuff. They're gonna be thinking, wow, where did he get that budget? They didn't get it from over there. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
We will give it to you. I tell you that. We'll give you that credit because you did come with some fly stuff.
Yeah, it looks so good. Everybody looks so good. I mean, the pictures are so crisp and clear. That's why I'm so excited to be through with this interview, so I can go watch the show.
All right. Well, we're going to move it right along.
I'm joking.
Dropping our love color hoodies, fly like soundtracks, 8 tracks, taking it back to LPs, that's a flashback. I lay down fashion on these streets like Beverly Hill asphalt. Got everyone driving clean, they can't help but feel the vibes. It's a full of soul. I'm from the East Coast where the rap game is gritty, spitting lyrics so raw they hit hard like the streets.
And welcome, Black.
Wait, and so many other things. Let me tell you about some of the other shows. This is the only black man before Tyler that I know of that has his own studio, man. And he's cranking out entire shows and moving them to other networks. Name a couple of them, like That My Girl. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Love That Girl, Family Time for the Bounce TV network, and I did In the Cut for the Bounce TV network, and so many others I did.
Mind your business. Mind
your business is on the Bounce TV network,
yes, and I'm in that.
And so many others. I mean, too many to name. But right now, listen, this Highly Favorite is off the chain, and we're doing that for the Impact Network, and we hoping that this makes a real impact on the world. So there you go.
Impact TV Plus.
Yes.
Yes.
Plus, turn in.
Michael, tell us again.
Impact TV Plus. Your Impact TV Plus allows you to watch it on your phone.
There you go.
Not only on the television and with your cable, but on the telephone, on your laptop, on your computer. It's just a really
your Ouija board.
Yeah. But Impact TV Plus, I do believe that's Impact TV Plus. I do believe that's correct.
ImpactTVPlus.com.
.com, and that drops today. Yes.
Yep.
And
Right.
the first episode drops Monday, the 14th.
I'm excited. I just can't wait to see it. I'm excited.
Thrilled.
Yes.
Thrilled.
Well, I'm so proud of all of you and all the good work that you guys have done and continue to do. Tell me, Michael, where can everybody find you on social media?
Comic King 123 at AOL.com. I still don't know how they ever had a show called The Kings of Comedy without the King. But anyway, Comic King 123 AOL.com, or my very sexy webpage, therealmichaelcolyar.com. And it'll tell you what all the shows are that I'm doing, the new books I'm dropping, my 1 hour special that we just shot called The King of Venice Beach. Oh man, I'm on top of the world and I'm in love. Man, just mention I've been married 534 days today. I'm through. Thank you.
Congratulations. Bentley Kyle Evans, and I think I said in the opening of this segment, Kyle Bentley Evans, but Bentley Kyle Evans, where can everybody find you on social media?
It happens all the time. Everybody can find me at Bentley Evans on everything across the board. That's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's Instagram at Bentley Evans. And on my YouTube page is Bentertainment.
Love that.
And I got a lot of great stuff for people that are trying to break into the industry to check that out. And you can also find me at Bentley Evans on Patreon as well.
All
The
right.
link is in my bio.
What color is your Bentley? Bentley, because I know you got one. At
It's
least.
black. It's black.
Come on, somebody.
Like me.
Well, okay. Oh my God, I'm getting one.
KiKi Shepard, where can everybody find you on social media?
Across the board at the KiKi Shepard, and it's KiKi. I'm not a KE. I'm a KiKi.
That's right.
SHEPARD at the KiKi Shepard across the board. And you can also check out my website for my foundation, which is the KIS Foundation. We raise awareness, advocacy, and education about sickle cell disease. That's very, very important to me.
Yes.
At www.thekisfoundation.org. 1S.
All right. And Maestro, Chico Benymon.
Hey, you can find me at Chico B07 all across the board. My name, Chico Benymon, Facebook, YouTube, Benymon Productions. I got a couple of projects dropping that I produced and directed and starred in. So I'm looking forward to releasing those too. And yeah, that's it.
All right. The incomparable Bentley Kyle Evans, the phenomenal KiKi Shepard, the always great Chico Benymon, and then, of course, the super Michael Colyar.
Mercy, don't do it.
First on call sheet. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're looking forward to tuning in to Highly Favored on the Impact Network. Thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
You.
Thank you so much.
You. Blessings.
And a shout out to Anthony, who wasn't able to join us today, and Melanie and Rodney. We all love
Yeah.
All right. Be sure to follow me, Keith Underwood, at Mr. Keith L. Underwood on IG. You can also follow me on FB at Keith L. Underwood. And you know you got to follow Black in the Green Room at Black in the Green Room across all platforms. Until next time, this has been Black in the Green Room.